Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about the MCO to CRO token swap. If you swap your MCO tokens to CRO by September 2nd of 2020, you would have received a 25% bonus on your CRO token. Crypto.com gave us the bonus, but it was staked for 90 days, so we couldn't really do anything. So I wanted to exchange my CRO bonus for other cryptocurrencies that I believe is more undervalued, but I couldn't do that. So it was very frustrating. But good news, as of today, Crypto.com announced that they released the CRO token. So I can now play around with it. I can either sell it for US dollars, euros, whatever, or I can use it to buy other cryptocurrencies. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do with my Crypto.com token bonus. And before we get started, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys give me a thumbs up below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and appreciate it if you guys consider subscribing. I make videos on cryptocurrencies and sometimes gold and silver. But anyway, guys, let's get started. Okay, guys, so one of the main things I look at actually is ratios. Back in college, I traded a lot of Forex. In Forex, we had this terminology called the risk to reward ratio. For example, I'm not gonna get into a trade that has a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, meaning risk 50% of my capital to gain 50%. That's a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the concept of ratios. It's a very, very simple technical analysis that you can apply in your everyday trading. Again, I'm not a day trader. I basically buy assets and hold them for more than a year. And the reason why I do that is actually because of taxes. Because if you hold assets for more than a year, you pay long-term capital gains tax, and for me that is way better than paying ordinary taxes. So first of all, let's look at the Crypto.com to BTC chart. For those of you guys that don't trade, I'm gonna keep things very, very simple. If you look at the far left of the chart, the CRO token spent just very, very little time here. My safe peak of the chart is right around here. So this is the CRO to BTC chart, and over here I made a sort of a calculation of CRO to BTC risk to reward ratio. So let's actually start from the top. So again, I put the max peak of the chart, and for me, I don't really count that because we spent very little time there. If we look at the current ratio of the CRO to BTC token, so currently right now we're at 1,470 Satoshis, and the low is at 362 Satoshis. If we were to go to the conservative peak of the CRO to BTC ratio, the reward would only be 16%. But the risk, if CRO to BTC ratio falls down to its absolute low, which could happen, right? I don't know if there's gonna be a global pandemic part 2. Is it good to hold CRO tokens? Definitely not. Obviously, I'm always gonna hold enough CRO tokens to keep my green card. So for those of you guys that have those CRO debit cards, I love them. I use them as much as I can. I need 10,000 CRO tokens to maintain the debit card. So I will always have more than 10,000 CRO tokens. I will never sell more than that. But anything extra that I have, I definitely will sell into the market, into other undervalued assets. The risk to reward ratio is about 1. In crypto, that's not very good. All right, so let's look at Ethereum now. One option I could do is sell my Crypto.com bonus into Ethereum. The thing with Ethereum, same thing. The far left of the chart, we spent very little time there, but I'm gonna put that in my calculations anyway. I'm gonna call that max peak. The peak that I'm gonna use for my conservative valuation is gonna be this peak right here, the second peak of the Ethereum to BTC ratio. And so for right now, Ethereum to BTC ratio, it hit a max peak of about 14 million Satoshis, guys. My peak that I use is about 8 million Satoshis. So currently right now, the Ethereum to BTC ratio, we're right about at 3.3 million Satoshis. And the low is about 1.6 million Satoshis. Let's look at the risk profile for Ethereum to BTC. If Ethereum were to fall down to its absolute low, Ethereum to BTC ratio, 49% risk if Ethereum were to go down to its absolute bottom. The reward for me is 153%. So if I were to just look at the two, right, guys? So Crypto.com, I have a risk of 75%. And reward of about 16%. For Ethereum, I have a risk of 49% and I have a reward of 153%. I know Crypto.com pays us 18% passive income. That definitely is cool, guys. Just comparing the two alone, it's a no-brainer for me, guys. Ethereum, I minimize my downside and I maximize my upside. But let's look at other tokens as well. So the other two tokens I'm looking at, actually, they're both part of the decentralized finance revolution. You just go to DeFiPulse.com and you guys can see the top DeFi tokens that you guys want to invest in if you want to get into the DeFi space. So right now, actually, the #1 DeFi platform is Uniswap, but unfortunately, you can't invest in Uniswap because they don't have tokens. What Crypto.com has is they have MakerDAO. MakerDAO currently is the number 3 DeFi protocol in the DeFi space. And also I will look at Kyber network. All right guys, so this is the chart of Kyber network. As you see, Kyber network spent very little time at this far left of the graph. So I can't really count that as a peak, but the peak that I'm going to be looking at right here is going to be this second peak right here. We spent much more time there. Our peak for Kyber network realistically is about 40,000 Satoshis. And our low is about 1440 Satoshis, and we're currently at about 11,000 Satoshis. So our risk profile for Kyber network is about 88%. And our reward profile is about 252%. Kyber network definitely has a much larger risk profile compared to Crypto.com, but the reward is much larger as well. So 252% versus 16% that Crypto.com has. Kyber network definitely is a better buy for me if I were to compare those two. Finally guys, let's look at MakerDAO. The more I look at MakerDAO, it's becoming one of my favorite DeFi plays. MakerDAO has been around in DeFi for a long time now, since 2017 from what I can remember. They've maintained the top 3 decentralized finance protocols. So the fact that they were able to maintain the top 5, the top 10 for years and years, very bullish with MakerDAO. So with MakerDAO, it makes my life very easy because we actually spent a lot of time in the peak. We're gonna use this peak in our analysis. We peak at about 18 million Satoshis, and the low is about 3.5 million Satoshis. And currently we're at 5 million Satoshis. So let's look at the risk to reward profile. So the risk for MakerDAO is about 30%. We have a potential reward of about 261%. So just looking at the 3 guys, really debating right now whether I should unload to Ethereum, Kyber network, or MakerDAO, because I do like all 3 protocols. Currently right now, I do own a lot of Ethereums. I am liking MakerDAO a lot more than Kyber network. Just the fact that the risk to reward profile is much better. All right guys, this is one rule of investing into DeFi. If you can't outperform Ethereum, then why invest in other tokens? The reason why I invest in MakerDAO, the reason why I invest in Kyber network is because I think MakerDAO and Kyber network can outperform Ethereum. Ethereum is basically the godfather of DeFi. So for example, I'll give you guys an analogy of gold and silver. So you guys invest in silver because you're bullish with gold. You can't be bearish with gold and bullish in silver. That's not the case. Like, you have to be bullish on both or bearish on both. Now, why do people invest in silver versus gold? Because silver has much more upside and it also has a lot more downside. So people invest in silver because it moves a lot faster than gold to the upside, but it also moves a lot faster than gold to the downside. So same thing when we look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So basically Bitcoin is digital gold. Ethereum is basically the father of DeFi. That's what I would call it. The reason why I invest in Ethereum versus Bitcoin is because I think that Ethereum can outperform Bitcoin. So it's kind of like the gold to silver analogy. But when looking at Ethereum versus its DeFi tokens, I invest in other DeFi tokens because I think it can outperform Ethereum. I know guys, it's kind of confusing. So basically we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we have DeFi. All right guys, let's look at the MakerDAO to Ethereum risk to reward profile analysis. So guys, right here, I have the max peak of MakerDAO at about 5.3. So meaning at the very peak of MakerDAO, I could sell 1 MakerDAO and get 5 Ethereum. That's awesome guys, that's a lot. So currently right now guys, we're at 1.5. So if I were to sell 1 MakerDAO, I would get 1.5 Ethereum. So absolute low is about 1.05. So the risk to reward ratio guys for that. So right now, MakerDAO versus Ethereum, I risk 30%, but my reward is 255%. I definitely like my odds there. So it's about an 8.5 risk to reward ratio for MakerDAO to Ethereum. All right guys, so let's look at Kyber network now. And let's just go to the risk to reward profile. Let's just go straight to that. So with Kyber, again, I have a risk of about 128% if Kyber network were to go to its absolute low of Kyber network to Ethereum ratio. And my reward is only 134% if I were to go to the max Kyber network to Ethereum ratio. So my risk to reward profile for Kyber is only about 1.05. Again guys, after looking at this, the more I look into it, I will definitely be investing a lot more into MakerDAO. And honestly guys, the cool thing about this video is I'm actually going to do that with you guys right now. So I'm going to invest in MakerDAO right now. So I'm going to show you guys exactly a live trade that I'm going to do. So as you see here guys, in my wallet, I have about 4,000 CROs. I will be exchanging that all to MakerDAO. If I didn't have enough Ethereum, I would definitely go for Ethereum and then maybe put 25% into MakerDAO, but I already have a lot of Ethereum as of right now. So I need to increase my MakerDAO exposure. And because of that, I will just be buying MakerDAO for now. Now let's see if I can exchange it directly to MakerDAO. Where is MKR? Fortunately, yes, I can exchange it all for MakerDAO. All right, guys, so that's officially sold. So currently right now, as you see, I have MakerDAO showed up on my wallet. And what I'm gonna do is actually, I am gonna stake that so I can earn some passive income on my MakerDAO. So you guys, I'm just gonna end the video there. Thank you guys for watching, for those of you guys that have stayed until the end of the video. And what are you gonna do with a CRO bonus? Are you gonna sell it for fiat? Are you gonna sell it for other cryptocurrencies? So definitely in the comment section below, write down what you're gonna do with your CRO token bonus, because I'm definitely interested in hearing you guys' opinion on what you might do, and you know, depending on your circumstances. So definitely thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.